Well, Nona tomato, I'm loving how gorgeous you are looking, blushing and ripening, but you've got some competition this year. There's a couple of other tomatoes that we're going to be trying. So let's hope that you are going to be the shining star again. What are you doing today, Maureen? I thought it would be a good idea for us to do a tomato taste test. So I have got, I was gonna say I've got 3 tomatoes, but really I have 4 tomatoes because I'm also gonna taste test the cherry tomatoes. Now for the last few years, I have been really a big advocate for the Nona tomato. And the story behind this one is a woman was walking past our home and she asked us about our tomatoes. And she said, oh, we've got these wonderful pear style tomatoes that they call a Nona tomato because it came from Italy and from their Nona. And would I like some? I said, yes. And then, I don't know, a few days later, there was this little envelope in my mailbox saying Nona tomatoes, and I have loved them. 2 years ago, I did kind of a grow and taste test with the San Marzano and the Nona, and I did equal amounts of plants and in the exact same garden bed, so they were getting all the same nutrients. The Nona tomato outperformed the San Marzanos, and when we did our taste test back then, we noticed that the Nona tomato was sweeter and just more tasty, where the San Marzano had more of this metallic taste to it. And so it was like, yeah, no desire to grow the San Marzanos anymore. But this year, I came across some seeds from Rainbow Seeds, and they had this one, which is called a Franchi Giant Pear tomato. Now, yeah, it's not giant, it's this size, but I do have ones that are very big. And with the Nona tomato, the biggest tomato that I've grown was 1.25 pounds, I think. And so they do get very, very big. I do have some of the Franchis bigger as well. And I just wanted to see how was it gonna compare to the Italian Nona. And also from Rainbow Seeds was this one called a Provenzano. And this one, the seeds were actually developed here in British Columbia, and they are for cooler climates. Again, I've had, one of the Provenzanos was, a fist size. So again, probably a pound sized tomato. And then I just wanted to throw in the Sweetie Cherries because this again is a BC Hothouse proprietary tomato. And I got some of the last seeds that they were ever selling. And so I wanted to actually compare it with all of the tomatoes. So let's get down and try these tomatoes. We're going to cut the Franchi Giant Pear. And this is what I love about paste tomatoes is that there's not a lot of seeds. That'll be great for sandwiches. Then we have our Nona tomato. Looks great, smells delicious. Gonna cut off a little piece here. And then our Provenzano. Now this Provenzano is a little riper than the other one, so he's a little juicier, but all 3, as you can see, don't have a lot of seeds in them. Okay, so I'm not sure if I should start with the Nona tomato because that's the standard, or if I should just throw some in there. But I think I'm gonna start with the Nona first because that's what I know. Very light, very sweet. Just a great tomato. Now I'm gonna try the Franchi. Now again, they're all basically pear style tomatoes, so we'll try this one. There is a slight difference. It almost has a feeling or a flavor almost like a melon. It's kind of interesting. And then we'll do the Provenzano. I think the Provenzano, it actually reminds me more of a beefsteak style tomato. It's very like that flavor of what you'd get with a beefsteak, which would be awesome because the seeds are so low. So this would be great for your hamburgers and your sandwiches. All 3 of them would be great for that. That's hard. This is a hard thing. I'm gonna go back and finish the Provenzano. Go back to the Nona. The Nona is very light this year. Like it's not as super strong tomato flavor. And then I'll finish off the Franchi Giant Pear tomato. This is a tough one. And this year, I didn't actually weigh out all the tomatoes that are coming in. Where the year that I did the San Marzano against the Nona, we were weighing out all the tomatoes. And again, the Nona way outperformed on size, quantity, and weight. This is a tough one. I'm not sure which one I would go, you know, I will grow again. Like I would seriously probably grow all three again. I'm also going to try the little Sweetie Cherry. Not that I haven't tried them before, because they're out in the backyard and I just, you know, pop them as I'm walking by. The Sweetie Cherries, when I eat those ones, they taste just like, almost like Campbell's soup. They're super sweet, super delicious, like just a good, you know, pop of tomato in your mouth. They're delicious, just delicious. So our Franchi Giant Pear tomato, very delicious, not mealy, even though these are very, very ripe. And it had just that feeling of like cucumber melon, just a hint of it. And then the Nona tomato here, again, delicious, light, low seeds. It was great. The Provenzano, the flavors remind me of a beefsteak. So it's a hard decision to make, to go, who is worthy of growing in my garden next year? I actually don't know. I really love all three tomatoes and I think they're all delicious. Now, if I would have been weighing and seeing, you know, who was producing the most, where was I getting, you know, better bang for my buck, that would play a part. But in all honesty, I think I would grow all three again, just because they're just so delicious. So I would use all three of these tomatoes, and I will be using all these three tomatoes. So we will be making a homemade tikka masala, tomato sauce. I will be doing ketchup again this year, but I'm going to be using a recipe that Robin Gardens, that she just came across and she's made. She says it's delicious. So we're going to try a different ketchup recipe. And of course, we're going to be making salsa. And this year is the first year that every single product for my salsa I grew, because I've got my onions, I've got my jalapenos, I've got the tomatoes, I've got the cilantro, I've got the green peppers. All the ingredients will be in my homemade salsa this year, which I'm super excited about. Anyway, I hope you're having a great day wherever you are. And I hope that you have been growing some wonderful food for you and your family. And if you've got a taste testing, let me know down in the comments, because I would love to come and check out which tomatoes are your favorites. And also, if you have some cool recipes that you're making with all your tomatoes, I would love to know that too. Until I see you on that next video, you can look at this video right here. Take care. God bless.